Alright. This is the second episode. The second killer analysis episode. Today's episode is on my lore accurate Wraith. I did not mean to click out of that. Now Wraith here is a very interesting character. I did a little bit more looking into Wraith as a character than I did to Trapper. I think so. Hopefully this video works to be more informative up to the character. But as we did with Trapper, we're going to do this with the Wraith. We're going to start by reading his bio out loud. So, Philip Ojomo came to this country without anything other than hope for a new beginning. He was happy as he got offered a job at Auto Haven Wreckers, a small scrapyard where bribed cops turned a blind eye on somewhat shady business that took place. Ojomo didn't care. He had seen criminal activity up close in his homeland, and as long as he didn't get involved, he let things be. He fixed cars, he handled the crusher, something he did really well. A car went in, a small metallic cube came out. It was not until one gloomy day that he, just by accident, saw some blood coming from one of the uncrushed cars. Sorry, I looked away for 1 second and lost my place. He opened the trunk and found a young man gagged with tied hands and panic-filled eyes. Ojomo freed the man, who managed to run 10 feet before Ojomo's boss stopped him and slit his throat. As Ojomo demanded answers, he was explained that he'd been nothing more than a simple executioner, as more or less every car had at least one soul in them. Kind of ad-libbed there, whatever. This was a service. The scrapyard provided certain The scrapyard would provide certain clients. Ojomo snapped and went ballistic. He threw his boss in the crusher, let it slowly compress, and as his head stuck out, Ojomo grabbed it and pulled the head and spine out of his body, and then left, and was never seen again. So, presumably, that's probably around the point, like right after that, where the Wraith was most likely taken. This character is really heartbreaking, in all honesty, because as I was looking into the character and listening to his tone, I knew a lot about this character before I did that already, but I don't think I knew the extent of how bad it was. The description, like, he had a lot of descriptions that aren't in his bio of his family and people he cared about in his village dying in genuinely really brutal ways. And all for the sake of resources. This led him to, when he was, mind you, still a kid, this led him to kind of feeling this immense hatred, which he hasn't felt since those events until the Auto Wreckers incident, where all that just came back to him. But there was this moment when he was a kid where he encountered this camp, and just this camp of people who had, prior to this, brutally massacred his entire village, everyone who he cares about, and burned the bodies. there he views himself as sort of a spirit of vengeance. Or as stated in his actual tome, he views himself as an angel of vengeance as opposed to an angel of mercy. There was one moment where he did view himself as an angel of mercy, and that was when he had to, I don't remember, I think it was like Funanya was her name. He had to put her out of her misery when she was suffering. And directly after that, got into an incident where, as aforementioned, he ran into these same people who did all these terrible things to him, and he, well, did what was done to his people. He burned them with the same kerosene that they were using. I watched the little animatic that they made for it too, and I saw a genuine look of panic when he did it. It was almost like the act of taking a life did, while it's something he wanted to do out of just an immense hatred for these type of people. It still, at his core, damaged him because of everything he had witnessed prior to this, and now him being the thing to enact what was previously done to him or his people. And all of that rushed back when he dealt with Azeroth, which is the name of the person that he got the spine from, and is actually his weapon. His weapon is his old boss's spine. So, when piecing together the perks for this character, I really do want to keep in mind the whole Angel of Vengeance idea of this character, or as I'm going to more refer to it as Spirit of Vengeance, because the Wraith functions more spirit-esque than anything. He is called the Wraith. I don't think by the time he's taken by the entity that he ever actually dies in any way, but the Wraith clearly does give him special abilities. He gives him this ability to turn invisible, which is another thing that's referenced in his tome. He doesn't, like, initially it was just a wish. He didn't want to be seen, which I think was for two reasons. Which was just a fear of being caught, and the second reason, more a fear of people seeing weakness, seeing him cry. Now, he's no longer a kid, obviously. At this point, I think he still has that innate want to, most of the time, not be seen. But I don't think it's entirely for strategic purposes. I think a lot of it has to do with sort of a similar thing to a lot of these killers, and it's the idea of him becoming a monster. But with that in mind, like I said, I want to really attach the idea of him being a spirit of vengeance to how I set up his perks. Now, before we do anything, let me look at his original base perks real quick. Because I like to explain my reasonings for not necessarily having the base perks for the characters all the time. So, or the reasons for having it, even. So his first perk is Bloodhound. Like a hunting scent hound, you smell traces of blood at a great distance. Fresh blood marks are considerably more discernible than normal, and can be tracked for 4 seconds longer than normal. I do feel like that makes a lot of sense for the idea of like I said, a spirit of vengeance of sort. Again, I know he's not technically a spirit, but you get the feeling of a spirit of vengeance still. So Bloodhound is one that I might keep in his perks. It's there right now, obviously, as you can tell. But I might have a better one that will do a better job than that. Because honestly, seeing blood marks for a few seconds longer is nice, but I do feel like there's better perks. Like, most of this is done for the sake of lore and for the sake of, like, just having fun building a character. But at the same time, I do still want to consider, like, objective perks as well. I still want to consider what is objectively the better option of the perks that I deem lore accurate. Or my personal lore accurate. So, the second perk is Predator. Your acute tracking ability allows you to hone in on disturbances left by running survivors. When a survivor escapes a chase, reveal their aura for 4 seconds. This perk has a 40-second cooldown. Again, massive Spirit of Vengeance vibes. Especially since, like, when you're playing a game, there is this sort of, like, tension between the killer and the survivor. When when the survivor escapes a chase, like, there's a certain sort of tension more on the killer's perspective in those moments, because it's like kind of it's like that one scene from that one Scooby-Doo movie. Are you challenging me? That's what I feel every time a survivor escapes, like, and gets out of my view just briefly. So I feel like this perk's kind of the answer to that. It's you saying, "Are you challenging me?" and then proceeding to say, "Bet." Next, Shadowborn. When blinded by any means, gain 10% haste for 10 seconds. Does fit with the Spirit of Vengeance thing. I just don't like this perk, though. Like, so we are not going to be including it. For me, the blinded effect is especially for me in particular, because the blinding effect is incredibly disorienting. Let's say I do get my haste and everything. Personally, I'm going to be way too disoriented by the time this perk would have usually been in effect. And I'm going to get no use out of it because of that. They're going to blind me. So what? They got 10 seconds to run away. They're probably going to lose my line of sight. I don't really know what to do in that moment because I'm too disoriented. Main reason they lost my line of sight is because I'm so disoriented. So Shadowborn, not even going to consider it. These two I might consider, although I'm thinking there are better perks than both of these, honestly. Although Predator is a really good perk. So maybe I'll keep that. Now, onto the actual perks for the character. So, I do want to reiterate, these are just the perks that I currently have available for the character. As always, this might be updated in the future. I might make another video where I switch some perks out, make an updated version of this build, be like, this just works better. For the case of the Hag, I know for a fact I don't have all the perks that I want to use for her. So that one's going to be probably massively more delayed of a video than a lot of the other killers here. Anyway, first of all, the perks that we currently have equipped: Bloodhound, Predator, No Holds Barred, Spies from the Shadows. Let's look at No Holds Barred for a second. After a generator is repaired, the entity blocks the generator within most progress for 25 seconds. Don't really know I don't really remember why I specifically equipped this perk. It does seem generally useful. Probably why I had it. I'm not going to be using Lightborn again unless I come into a scenario of four flashlight users, or maybe even 3 flashlight users. But I'm going to try to not use Lightborn for this, because I do kind of like the idea of the Wraith being susceptible to light. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of just works for the concept of a Wraith. I know, again, he's not technically actually a Wraith. It's more of a nickname. You get it. Well, I get it, at least. So, give me 1 second to look through these perks again, just to really hone in on what I want to do. I feel like Spies from the Shadows is a fitting perk to keep, because, like I said, I want to go for the vibe of the spirit of vengeance, and the idea of him being able to track you like fairly easily is rather indicative of a vengeful spirit. I feel like that's sort of him saying, I have marked you, I'm coming for you. You know what I mean? It's him committing to hunting you down. So, Spirit of Spies from the Shadows, we're gonna keep that for now. No holds barred. Maybe we'll add Deerstalker. I don't know. It's not really a perk I make that much use of in general. Due to the fact that, honestly, it's really only useful if you want to slug. I don't like slugging. However, in situations where you're going against a flashlight user who's, like, really trying to get a flashlight save, sometimes you gotta slug. And in the event that that's the case, Deerstalker's very helpful, because while you're slugging, one can get away. Deerstalker prevents that in most case scenarios. Not always, admittedly, because if somebody gets away farther enough to another survivor, they can pick them up. Or it's just not useful because they're not actually trying to get away. But maybe they also realize you have Deerstalker and whatever, I'm rambling. So maybe they don't try to get away because they know you have Deerstalker. But nevertheless, it's good in moments. I think it's good enough to put on the perk list here, and it fits with the theme. So we got Deerstalker. Here's the problem. I objectively just like Spies from the Shadows as a tracking perk a lot more than pretty much every other tracking perk in this game. It's a powerful perk. But I do have to pick from this or Predator. I feel like thematically Predator still works better. No, not Predator. Predator's not really a tracking perk. It's more of a stay on them perk, if that makes any sense. Bloodhound's the tracking perk, yeah. Which still, like I said, thematically works better. but it's just not as good, and I don't feel like it makes sense to have both of them. So I think for now we're going to trade Bloodhound out for something else. However, potentially in the future we could upgrade that. Let me see here. Potentially in the future we could get this back and change Spies from the Shadows. Because sometimes you don't need something that's telling you where they are at all the time. I feel like when Wraith is when the Wraith is hidden, he is like pretty dang fast. So it's possible that tracking isn't really even going to be that big of a deal anyway, because I'm going to be zipping around the map well enough. I'm probably going to run into you regardless, based purely off of how fast I move when I'm cloaked. But for now, we'll actually, you know what? I just proved exactly why Bloodhound should stay and this should go. This is not necessary. This might just straight up be overkill for this. Unnerving Presence does really fit the theme of a Wraith, but it's also a giveaway when you're cloaked, that you're near. And I don't like that. Okay. I'm back. Sorry, brief delay. Like I was saying, Unnerving Presence, great perk thematically, but it's a giveaway when you're cloaked. There is ways to play the Wraith without him actually being stealthy, but I mean, like, let's be real, he turns invisible. His main thing is stealth. I think maybe Thrilling Tremors. Picking up a survivor, all generators not being repaired by your survivors are blocked by the entity, cannot be repaired within the next 16 seconds. Affected generators are highlighted in a white aura. The reason I say Thrilling Tremors is fitting is because it does kind of, which is ironic because it's from a killer who's not really supernatural, but it does kind of give the supernatural vibe of a Wraith, of a spirit of vengeance. It gives the vibe of somebody trying to stop you in your tracks. I'm pretty sure canonically this is one of those perks that is like a straight up gift from the entity, although maybe all perks are. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But nevertheless, I think it fits the vibe. The Wraith, I think, fundamentally knows that the people he is going against aren't necessarily evil. I know not all the survivors may be like completely innocent people, but generally speaking, they're good people. And the Wraith probably doesn't want to kill them. I like to think the Wraith is here out of a necessity. However, there's also the possibility that he's being forced to view them as the same people who killed his family, or maybe just duplicates of Azeroth or something. And I do think, regardless of if he wants to or not, he still has that that need to, like, be sort of a hunter in a way. So I'm going to say Thrilling Tremors. He's not going to let you get away. I feel like his bell, as is already a warning to the survivors that he's coming. I think he does that on purpose, which is why there's an add-on that I'm specifically not going to be getting, and I'm going to explain that a little more in detail in a second. Now, I do have Deerstalker here, but all in all, I don't really know if I want this. Deerstalker is usually just a fill-in perk when I don't know what else to get. It's one of those. Let me think. See, now this one confuses me, because it looks like the Wraith's weapon, but it's not a Wraith perk. You recuperate faster from missed attacks. Unrelenting. Maybe I'll go with that. My reasoning for going with that over Deerstalker is, while Deerstalker's nice, I do think it's more fitting for someone with, like, a constant feeling of revenge, like, weighing on them. It's more fitting to me that they're going to be more aggressive with their attacks than anything. So yeah, I'm gonna go Unrelenting. Now, add-ons. Current add-ons I'm running are Blink White, which increases cloaking speed by 60%, and Shadow Dance, which increases speed of vaulting by 60%, while cloaked. I'm going to definitely be keeping Shadow Dance for two reasons. A, that vaulting windows at that speed is incredibly useful. And B, again, similar to all of these, it is really indicative of someone, like, going out of their way to hunt you down. He is quite literally relentless in his pursuit. It is also possible that maybe he doesn't view the survivors as innocent. Maybe his outlook on the world has been so tainted by now that he's sort of stopped caring and viewed everyone as sort of a monster. Which is also, if you view it that way, this build also works for that, I feel, as well. Now, cloaking speed is cool and all, but I don't know. I might keep it just because it doesn't specifically not fit. One thing that definitely just straight up doesn't fit, at least for my view of the Wraith, is the Coxcomb Clapper, which is a weird name. We're not going to get into that. Anyway, a simple coxcomb knotted rope wrapped around the bell clapper to muffle its sound. Its malevolent aura emanates from it. It renders the wailing bell completely silent. My problem with this, the bell is a warning. The bell is him actively telling you he's coming to give you an opportunity to run. He is a hunter, but he's sort of a respectable hunter. He does view most lives as equal. I feel like in the case of the group he snuck up on when he was a kid and killed, I feel like in that moment he just didn't really care. Like, that was straight full stealth. It was two things. I think number one, it was the fact that these people did the same crap to him. They were brutal. They were relentless. They were just straight up evil in every capacity, and it wasn't like even close. So I don't think in that moment he could consider having any sort of respect for them. I feel like on average after that moment, anyone he'd kill, he'd still have somewhat respect for them. So I don't see him really using this personally, at least not from my interpretation of the character. He's still, at the end of the day, has grown accustomed to the murder, but he's not disrespectful about it. Well, not that stealth is necessarily disrespectful, but he's very adamantly, so keen on respect that he's not going to do that. A silent bell is objectively the stealthier option. But I feel like there's also the whole aspect of him surprising you with the bell that kind of adds a certain amount of dread to the situation. So yeah, I think for now I might just keep the blink white. Maybe I'll update that and get a different add-on. For now, that works. With that in mind, we're gonna start up a game. We're playing the Twisted Masquerade event because, I mean, extra blood points. And I'm gonna try and play the Wraith as closely to how I think he'd actually handle this. Oh, he looks so cool, though. I love the little outfit I got going for him. And I still think it's very fitting. It's still very much him. As always, this build isn't specifically meant for effectiveness. I might do a terrible job. I'm just doing this because it's interesting. And also, like I said, I don't typically use... I don't want to always use Lightborn in my builds. However, in certain events, I will break the rule of sticking with these perks if I feel there's if I feel they've gone overkill with the flashlights. Like our previous video, our first game was like that. There we go. One flashlight. Perfect. And I do like, again, I said this previously, with the whole Wraith aesthetic, I do actually kind of like the idea of him being able to kind of get hit by a flashlight. Like, that just fits within the theme. You flash a light at a Wraith. It's gonna stun it. It's either gonna stun it or it's gonna disappear or something crazy like that. It's their weakness. Depending on how this game goes, if I start to think the way I have it set up isn't really working, I might update the build as the video continues. And as before mentioned, even after this stream, I might update it in various different ways in the future and do another stream on the new version of the character. This goes for every character I play. What the? Okay. Oh, right, I'm fucking cloaked. I do find it a little bit ridiculous that you have to uncloak to... Also, another thing to note, this is one aspect of the character that might not be specifically accurate. I do always go for these little things first because they give a lot of blood points. And I am trying to build up my blood points right now. Damn. I don't necessarily... Oh, good stun. Oh, a slowdown. And a blind. Yes. That'll speed me up a little bit if they vault over that. Oh, I already have that full. Strategic kick. Okay. I was worried I'm gonna look back and realize like somebody was right in front of me and I just didn't see them. Ooh. Perfect stun moment. Missed opportunity, honestly. I don't know why I always have a tendency of like breaking those all the time. I'm not specifically like... Okay, it's important to note I wasn't camping this, but you're like right here. I'll take this. Okay. Yeah, they got a massive head start because of that. What the hell, game? Oh shit. Oh, that was my own fuck up. I haven't hooked you a single time. Also, you got a lot of crows on you, buddy. Ooh. Oh, hi. Oh damn, was she the one that just got off the hook? Well, obviously she is. She has the fucking low hemorrhage thing, which means I can't actually down her right now because she's too soon. I mean... Thanks, I guess. Are you serious? Nope. Strategically, it's just smarter to go for the one with the damn toolbox. Have them gen rushing if I can avoid it. That being said, it looks like we still have like four gens. Huh. 4 gens that need to actually still get got. The problem I've noticed that most flashlight players have is they spend so much of their time trying to distract the killer that they never usually get very much anywhere themselves on it. Although that one was on the gen. Good on her. I will be going after the one with the toolbox though. Obvious reasons. Whoa. Oh, damn. Jump scared me with that shit. Honestly, respectable save, though. I was stupid for going over there in the first place. Well, no, I wasn't, actually, because in my defense, how the hell was I supposed to know that would be immediately put back there? Honestly, it does feel fair to chase her. She's obviously trying her hardest to get my attention on her. Actually, oh damn, I can't break that like that without the, okay. I have to break the normal way, which is gonna make me stun. Ooh. Good on you, good on you. Okay, I get it. I get it at this point. I should just take it. It's gonna happen. Gonna drop it too soon. Oh, damn. I juked myself like an idiot. Like, why did I double back? Why did I go where I very much knew she wasn't at? As always, there's a chance they'll find Hatch. I heard it. Oh wow, I hate that. I hate the fact that I actively heard it and can't see it anywhere. Oh, I'm lagging. I can't. Oh. that wasn't lag. That was stopping me from hit. I was lagging for a second, but it wasn't as detrimental as I thought it was. No, the real detriment was me. Oh! GG's though. Matter of fact, I hope they were playing on Xbox so I can actually send them a GG. Yep. They were playing on Xbox. Cool. Almost got a 4K with that build. Not gonna lie. That was a good game. That was fun. Not too, not too annoying like some games be sometimes. The way he texted, the way he typed back though, it made it look like he was surprised that I wasn't toxic. I get it. I do kind of try hard sometimes when I play this game, but sometimes I mean all the time. But I'm not trying to be toxic. I'm trying to, at best, have friendly competition. Toxic players honestly bug me, and I don't want to be like them. If I genuinely think you played well, I'll give you a GG. I'd like to do a GG every match, but not everyone plays on Xbox, so I can't. And we don't have the little chat on Xbox that PC players do. So with all those perks in mind, I genuinely had I think a really good game there. Just from an objective point of view, I think the build is well made, surprisingly. I am having one problem with it though. This perk can help me immensely when players are trying to juke me and whatnot and trying to lose my line of sight. But I don't really feel like it helps enough. I'm relatively quick. If like 9 times out of 10, if you lose my line of sight, there's a chance that I'm just gonna like quickly backtrack and end up seeing you again, based purely off of the speed that I have in my cloak form. And if I don't, well, then I'll find you at some point in the match. And I don't know. This feels This feels like it's only a momentary game, to be completely honest with you. And I feel like going against like high level players and stuff half of the time might just result in me in this perk not being very useful. I think this perk's nice because it makes them significantly easier to track. This perk, that's another thing. This perk tracks them. This perk just helps keep them in line of sight. I don't think I need both of these. If I'm already tracking them via the blood marks, this doesn't seem that useful to me at this point, honestly. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to change that one out. This weapon is functionally kind of an axe of sorts, or maybe like sort of a mace. So I feel like having a hemorrhage ability would make sense. So maybe I'll go for Sloppy Butcher. I don't know, but I kind of still want to lean into the whole hunter thing. I know. Enduring. Reduce the duration of pallet stuns by 50%. Has no effect while carrying a survivor, obviously. I think that one's honestly really fitting. Sort of as another way of just saying, I'm gonna keep going. Which obviously is kind of the definition of enduring, but you know what I mean. Gives that vibe of relentlessness. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. That's the only perk change I have right now. Let's start another game up. Jeez, look how many blood points I got. I'm going to try and do a video on the nurse when I come to her. Actually, I don't know if she's the next one I'm gonna record. No, the next one's the hillbilly. But I'm gonna try and do a video on the nurse at some point. And bear with me when that video comes out. I don't have that much practice with the nurse. As I kind of gave up on her really quickly. I know she can be really powerful, but honestly, her stun animation is just like makes me nauseous every time I see it. Or not every time I see it, but when I see it so often, it starts to make me nauseous. So while I'll do a video on her, A, I'm probably going to lose most of my games, and B, even if I win, it's most likely going to be by a technicality, as I don't play the character a lot. I know how she works, generally speaking, but yeah, this isn't about winning anyway. I'd rather not lose to toxic people if I can avoid it, but generally speaking, this isn't about winning. Okay, one flashlight, that's cool. Got a Laurie Strode player. I don't actually see a lot of... I don't see that many Laurie Strode players. Am I weird for that? Am I the only one not seeing Laurie Strode players commonly? Mom, can you come pick me up? I'm scared. I love those messages so much. Oh my god. If you're reading this, you will lose this match. Sorry. Why you gotta throw me under the bus like that, dude? Alright. Raccoon City Police Station, West Wing. I usually hate this map, but I don't think it's gonna be too terrible for the Wraith. I stand corrected. I feel like she saw me instantly. Like... Okay, that was... I swung way too soon, and I went back way too far. You know what? Thought you lost me. Actually, I don't know if she thought she lost me. All the way over there. Just so happened to be... Oh, shit. Wow. You'd think I'd played on this map enough at this point that I'd, like, know it better. Oh, hi. Come here. Ah! I don't know. I feel like I'm way too adamant on avoiding. Oh, she brought me right to the glory. No, I feel like I'm way too adamant on avoiding pallets usually for enduring to like be that effective. Oh, you tried that. You tried that, and I respect it, but nah. Damn, they getting these gens fast. Do any of them... Do any of them have, repair kits? Because I haven't seen any repair kits, although I might be blind. Oh, damn it. Oh shit. I feel like I'm being distracted. I felt right. Drop the pallet already. I didn't mean on me. I was trying so hard to get her to drop it at the worst moment. They're learning. I respect it, but damn. And now she's distracting me. Like... Oh, you should totally... Not on me! That genuinely confused me, how I let that happen again. Oh, they got one more left. Wait, I just realized, I think I was chasing the Laura. I don't think that was a distraction. I think that was just a bot being annoying. Bots be like that sometimes. I just realized they left. Why did they leave so early? Like, I get it. I did all right in the beginning. We haven't really played long enough to say I'm like dominating or anything. Oh no, maybe it was the Meg player I was chasing them. Oh, I respect that play, but go on the hook. know they're by the hook. I'm gonna make a ballsy move and go towards this exit because, yup. Let me just grab this gift real quick. Oh, they got the other door open. Oh, the Laura's already left. Well, the Laura's a bot. Of course she's already left. Okay. I can respect it. GG's at this point. I'm gonna stay hidden. Just so that if they, are gonna be toxic, that they won't know I'm actually seeing it. So I could just laugh at their stupid teabagging. I hope they just leave. They're waiting there. Yeah. They, I think they want to be toxic. Bro, yeah, just leave. Yep. Thank you. Well, maybe they didn't want to be toxic. It could literally just have been, like, a goodbye glance. I guess I see some players do that sometimes. But like they see the killer and it's sort of like a respect thing. But some are just assholes, and I've played this game long enough to, I don't know, genuinely kind of be worried about that on a constant basis. No, here's the problem. The Laura player left really early. Like what I think really killed that match for me. I mean, I will say they played well. But what really killed that match for me, I think, is the Laura player left really early. And bots in this game are notoriously bullshit. So, but bots with perks? Oh yeah, that's even more stupid. That did kind of lessen my chances. Not saying they played badly. They played well. And that map isn't great, and I was kind of up in the air of how good I do on that map anyway. Especially because, like, I said the Wraith should do fine on it, but I didn't know for sure. No, I don't even think it was really in the map this time. I think they just played well. And they had this thing. Stupid little BBD bot. Which I don't know why they disconnected that early. I wasn't playing that well. I mean, I lost the damn game still. And one bot typically isn't supposed to be able to make you lose one game. Unless you genuinely are skilled. So yeah, well, this is still bullshit. I mean, like, the bots are still kind of bullshit. I mean, like, I'm still giving them the win. That's fair. It's still a fair win. I do wish I got one kill, though. That sucks. Oh, well. Yeah, enduring? I've determined enduring was kind of a waste of a perk slot there. Because with the way Wraith moves, I mean, like, ideally when you're playing the Wraith, you're avoiding pallet stuns anyway. There's some killers you kind of just expect to be stunned often with. The Wraith isn't one of them. Um. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Sloppy Butcher. I'll go with that this time. Let's try that in the round. And then I think this will be the last match of the stream. I will be uploading this this stream to YouTube. My YouTube channel is the same name as my Twitch, only Grim on my YouTube channel is spelt with one M, not two. Alright. Match started. I will say if I see 4 flashlights, I might just leave instead of... Okay, that's 1 flashlight. Yeah, the reason I say I might just leave instead and start up another round is because I'm not ending a game with 4 flashlights. I'm not ending my stream with 4 flashlights. Honestly, my last stream I started with that. I should have left before that match started too. You don't get a disconnection penalty if you leave like before that, so. If you leave mid-match, then you get a DC penalty. But some people, when they're going through certain things in a match, they just take the penalty. And I kind of get it. Some people are really toxic in this game. I love this game for a lot of reasons, but its community oftentimes is like, sheesh. They get me frustrated sometimes. Like, people's random hate for Sable mains is weird. Like, I know that's built off of, like, the whole idea of, like, stereotyping characters and stuff by their players, but I find that weird. I find people's hatred of Lightborn kind of weird. And the reason for that is, like, buddy, there's, like, a million ways to play this game. You can play this game without a flashlight for once in your damn life. Oh! Fitting game to end on. This is literally the Wraith's map. This is Autohaven Wreckers. This is where he killed Azarov. Yeah. I think they thought I might have been friendly for a second. Which I do like to play this game as friendly sometimes. But no, I just want to make him. Or they're distracting me. They are the one that put the flashlights. That is primarily the flashlight user's job, is to be the distraction. Woo! Get smacked. More focused on this though. Cause look at them blood points. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful blood points. Cut through here. Oh, they already got one gen. Who said you could heal? Why are you healing on my watch? Oh. Oh. The lag is real. Okay. Hold on. Let me break this. Let me break this door for you, Mark. I hear pain. Yes, yes, bleed for me. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't have any perks that make the breathing any louder. Oh. Oh, hello, flashlight user. Nice attempt at a juke. Those usually work on me. Woo! Damn. Now there is no shame in this book. You tried your hardest. I respect the effort. Kind of trick shot that, didn't I? Yeah. Flashlighting like that ain't too helpful when I already got the body up. On the hook. Or not on the hook, but on the hook. Oh no, I realized I just can't break that when I'm like closed. I can't break it that way when I'm cloaked. I can break it normally. The normal way when I'm cloaked still. And it speeds it up, in fact. I have not left. It's important that we know this. Okay. You are, to my knowledge, the only one with a flashlight, so I don't gotta worry about jukes or distractions anymore, as you have been perished. You were a good distraction. But, I have prevailed, at least with that kill. Oh. Mm-hmm. Got him. Uh-huh. I don't know how to tell you this, but this pallet is useless. You are delaying me, though. These pallets aren't completely useless, actually, because, like... I love when they drop those, because those actually just give me more of an advantage, usually. Have been brokest. Oh, that one's already got. Oh. That's crazy. I was just going over to this one. Oh, hi. The Wraith doesn't linger on his kills. Doesn't like to taunt them. He at most warns them. You can kind of use the bell as sort of a taunt, but like I said, I like to think of it more as a warning. You know, I'll let you unhook. Oh wow, I pre-attacked way too soon. I like that the Ada's player's name is Serotonin. Okay. When it comes down to the hatch, the first place I always tend to look is the shack first.
Strong to the finish.
I heard her clear as day. But I don't know where her voice was coming from. Wow. Oh, Hatch was right there too. Okay. I want to clarify. If I wasn't blind as a damn bat, and if I could actually see that Hatch, I would have actually probably given her Hatch. I would have let her escape. I did not mean to. Yeah, damn, I feel bad. Yeah, I even texted kind of confirming that. I was like, I would have, because I seen there on Xbox, I gave them a GG, and I stated I would have straight up given Hatch if I had known it was that close. Oh, because I respect the effort, and realistically, they found Hatch first. It was right there. All right. That's that for this stream. I'll be posting this on YouTube, I think sometime tomorrow. If that's delayed, I apologize. Sometimes I lose track of shit. I do hope you enjoyed this stream. And with all that in mind, my next killer analysis and whole build layout video is gonna be on. Let me double check. It's gonna be on the Hillbilly. This is another interesting killer. This is one I really didn't think I'd like too. But more on that later.